your favorite Canadian that everybody should know, Delahazed.
This is the least confusing erection I've ever had.
Yo and hello, good evening everyone, and welcome back to the zoo. This is Nightstream 1442, and I am your host for this evening, Delahazed. But more importantly, joining me, I have Terry. Say hello, bud.
Hello, bud.
Attaboy. And yeah, that's it for the lineup there. I was pretty, lazy, as I do. I mean, if people want, they can ask, and I'll probably bring them in. But I don't really care either way. It's up to you, kind of thing. I am gonna sit here and chat with my buddy in the meantime, and probably try to play this game as much as I can tolerate. Well, it seems to be running a little slow at the moment, but
It does.
that shit happens.
But it's funny that you chose this game to play because someone on, I think it was either Twitter or YouTube, just randomly mentioned this game because they were like talking about the games they played as a kid.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's right. It was this guy. He calls himself Punk, and he's like a Street Fighter player. And he's saying as a kid he played fighting games, and this was one of the ones he mentioned.
Oh man, Budokai 3 is probably the best Dragon Ball Z game I have ever played. It is definitely my favorite. It has everything you need, and the ones that came after it are just unnecessary, in my opinion. Like, Budokai 1 and 2, they were fine, but they weren't like this. Budokai 1, or sorry, Budokai 2, Budokai 3, they all built up the story that was already out for the world, like in each game. So, first game went to a certain point, second game went a little further, and this game went and covered all that was available in the anime and manga at the time, kind of thing, right?
Okay.
So yeah, and then after that, there was pretty much nothing else they could do except what they would consider improving upon the game itself. So that's how we got the Tenkaichi, Tenkaichi 2, Tenkaichi 3, and all the other bullshit games that I don't think need to exist. This one is perfect as is.
The only Dragon Ball game I've ever played is Dragon Ball Fighters, and honestly, it's not that great.
No.
A lot of people loved it, and
Oh yeah.
I'm glad they had fun, but I don't know. It's not Arc System Works' best game by a long shot. It's just not for me.
Indeed. Now, in this one, the way you learn the story of the Dragon Ball Z sagas is by playing the characters. You'll repeat the story over and over again, except the only difference is whose perspective you're seeing it. So, depending on what kind of role they played in each saga, whichever character you play, you'll see more or less of the story from their perspective, kind of thing.
That's pretty cool.
So, like,
I like it when games do that.
yeah. So, like, if I were to play as like Goku, the main character, I'd be going through every possible battle that exists, most likely, except for maybe like one or two tops in this saga. But if I were to go for like someone, I don't know, like Krillin, well, I'd probably only have like a couple training battles because I don't think I was anywhere in any fights yet in this saga. So
Just to remind myself, is Krillin the one with like the dots on his head?
yeah, the short bald one, and not the
Yeah,
pale one.
Yeah. I'm thinking of the right guy then. That's good.
Another thing I loved about this game growing up is that loading screen there. It was interactive, so if you were to like do something like twirl the joystick around repeatedly, it would make the Cybermen grow faster. And then, if I remember correctly, back in the day, it was all originally meant to grow more if there was time for the loading screen too. Like, so once the one grew up, if you kept doing it, it would grow more at random spots. And there were different ones for each game too. Like one of them was like the Nimbus cloud flying in certain directions and stuff like that. You could control where it was flying and stuff. Oh wow, it shut down really slow.
Oh wow, that is glacial.
It's the advantage I need.
The green dude, his Piccolo, is that his name?
Yes.
Okay. There's not a lot of the characters that I remember, but he is visually distinct enough that I was pretty sure I was remembering it right.
Right.
Because I've said this before, most of the characters in Dragon Ball look the same to me.
Exactly. And it's funny too, like the guy I'm fighting, Goku here, the Saiyans, which is the species he is, there's actually in their lore, the genetic is like they're genetically, they don't really have much distinction in their appearances, like especially among the low class races, they all pretty much look the same.
Yes, the animators came up with.
Exactly.
I did like Frieza, I believe his name was.
Oh, this
he
part
looked really
sucks. Oh, sure, now it speeds up a bit too. And yeah, Frieza was pretty good. I see why they keep bringing him back so much and working on more story for him too. Oh, I won! I guessed the right one. Oh, that was so lucky.
Nice.
And on the first of 3 tries, even better.
Yeah. I can't remember the other villains in Dragon Ball.
There's so many.
Yeah, but Frieza is like, I saw him and I thought, oh, that kind of looks like Mewtwo and the human instead of cat.
Yeah. And then of course there's Cell.
That's the one I was thinking of. I couldn't think of his name.
Another one, another big bad would be the Majin Buu.
Oh, he was a bad guy, was he?
Well, he was, and then the alternate versions that followed from him after he learned, after he was, let's say, rehabilitated by Mr. Satan. But yeah, the big fat guy was revived as an evil person.
Okay.
And then he learned to be good, but in trying to suppress his goodness, or in trying to focus only on his good and suppress the evil within, he witnessed a loss and therefore separated the evil from inside him and became a second entity.
Yeah, it sounds very convoluted.
Yeah, it is, because apparently the fat guy is not the original. Like, the original version was a very small, childlike form of Majin Buu that grew up to be very evil and got weakened by absorbing Kais, who were pure spirits. Pure god spirits, actually, but still.
The Devil Fruit Zero mentions the androids. The one I remember most is, I think, Android 6. And I only remember that because in Dragon Ball FighterZ, he's got a move where he blows up and it leaves him with a single hit point.
6 or 16?
16 might be the one.
Okay. Because I don't remember, because the earliest model I remember would be 8. And he was in the, like, when Goku was a kid's Dragon Ball.
No. Now that you've said that, I think it was 16.
Was it like a green and black outfit with red mohawk?
That's him.
Yeah, that's 16. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, 16.
And yeah, he basically had a super move where he blew himself up and left him with a single hit point, but it was a guaranteed one shot if it hit the opponent, and it just like killed them outright. I mean, like, that's the one thing I remember.
Yeah.
Is that was awesome.
Yeah, 16 was a pretty funny guy. And yes, Devil Fruit Zero, exactly. 8 was called Ader, and he was a Frankenstein. He looked a lot like a Frankenstein ripoff.
Okay. Um, I know one of the androids, I think 21 maybe, was turning everyone into like candy and then eating them in the
Yes,
story.
because she was a Majin android.
I don't know the details that specific, but I just remember that she was going around turning them into candy and then eating them and gaining their power every time she did.
Right. Now, to be fair, my only knowledge of Android 21 is small bits that I've skimmed past on the internet. I haven't actually played the game or watched much of the story of the game itself to know that much
Okay.
about her. But from what I've gathered, she's a female looking android who looks like a female human, but also can take the appearance of a female Majin, like Majin Buu, and then which would explain why she has like the voracious appetite and can turn people into and has a penchant for turning people into sweets and candy.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I didn't like Dragon Ball Fighters all that much, so the story is not something that I've committed to memory all
Right.
that deeply.
No, I
Um,
fair.
but no, I'm just like the stuff that stuck out is like I forgot Cell's name, but I could remember like the big green bad guy.
Mm-hmm.
And Frieza was like awesome, so I remembered him. And Piccolo, I remembered because very visually distinct. Um,
Yeah, you don't see a lot of people who look like Piccolo for throughout a lot of the
no,
series. Like you do for from time to time, but for like a hot minute, but that's about it.
and I forget the name. I think it's Popo or something like that. Is the black guy?
Popo, yeah, Mr. Popo.
Okay. Um, and the only thing I know about him is that you had a clip of him, and this was like from the abridged version, saying all these squares make a circle.
Exactly. And yes, Devil Fruit. In the abridged version, the lore is 16 was a replica of Giro's son, the creator of the androids, being Dr. Giro. And he's saying lots of porn of that Android 21. To be fair, I'm fairly certain there's a lot of porn of any of those characters, any and all
Well,
characters,
yeah.
especially the female ones.
I mean, put it this way: there's porn of baby Bonnie Hood from Darkstalkers, and she looks like she's 10. So
Yeah,
if there's porn of her, there's definitely porn of the Android 21.
yeah. We got a lot of degenerates in the world. And exactly,
That's
Mr. Exactly, Camel. It's Mr. Popo. Put some respect on that name. How you doing, bud?
Yeah. I didn't know he was Mr. Popo as opposed to just regular Popo.
Oh shit! I guessed it again. I love it when I luck out like that.
I'm trying to think what else was in the game that's all that memorable because there wasn't a lot. I think there was an Android 18 that was married to one of the guys.
Krillin.
Oh, it was Krillin. Okay.
Yeah, she's the mother of his child.
That's weird that she's an android and had kids, but
She was human before Shiro got done with her. Her and her twin brother were human before they got turned into androids. Is the story.
Okay.
I don't know. Like I just it's someone's imagination. I'm not here to question it.
Yeah, fair enough.
Like you could tell me she was programmed to become a biological match for someone should the need arise,
Yeah.
and I would have just accepted it.
Yeah, I mean, cartoon. It's like it's allowed to play outside of strict reality. It's not a problem. It's just trying to keep it all organized in my head.
Yeah, fair enough, fair enough. It does get pretty difficult from time to time. I feel like shit run over
Yeah.
twice. Allergies are a bitch. That sucks, dude.
Yes. You should stop being allergic to things. That'll fix you up.
I mean, it works for me.
Yeah.
My only allergy is grass, and I don't worry about that because I stay wearing clothes and mostly indoors.
You still smoke it though. You smoke your own
But
allergen.
no. Different kind of grass, like lawn grass. If it touches my skin, I get a
Oh.
rash.
Oh, okay, yeah. I I don't think I'm allergic to anything besides dust, which I think everyone is kind of allergic to dust. Um, I thought I was allergic to seafood for a while, but turns out I was allergic to dust, and I was reacting to the dust storm, not the fact that I'd eaten a plate of prawns. It's just that, well, like the dust storm had been going all day, so it seemed like I ate the prawns and then I just went into anaphylactic shock. But I was reacting to the dust is just, I guess the concentration in my body finally got high enough to trigger the response. Um, and it just happened to be after I'd finished eating a plate of prawns. So we misdiagnosed the problem there.
It's seasonal, Terry. I have no control over the seasons, says Campbell. I mean, that sounds like a personal issue, but hey, whatever you got to say, buddy.
What season is it? Is it going into what, summer? No,
For you,
winter?
maybe. Yeah, we're in fall going into winter.
Okay, yeah. Trying to get my head around things. So, because I would normally associate allergies with spring. That's when I tend to think of allergies as spiking, because that's when like all the new pollen is in the air.
Yeah. Different allergies, though, for different peoples.
Mm-hmm.
I never said it wasn't a personal issue. I'm just saying, bud. I'm just saying. Pew, pew, pew. What's up, Johnny? Oh, no, he bounced it back. Oh, shit.
Devil fruit is a genius that got a cat when he's allergic to them. Yeah, that was probably a bad choice.
Oh, that was definitely a bad choice.
So, interesting that Johnny shows up right after someone mentions being allergic to cats.
Hey. He's here to send people back to hell. How about this? If you send me money, Costin, you can't afford to send me long grass. I like that deal better.
Oh no. Oh, Johnny is also allergic to cats. He's allergic to himself. That's amazing.
That makes so much sense.
I don't mind cats, but I'm definitely someone who prefers dogs. And I don't know. I think they're just they're friendlier. So sort of like that's kind of what I would want from a pet. I don't want a pet that thinks "fuck this guy." I want a pet that thinks, "Hey, that guy's awesome."
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, but I mean, at least when a cat hates you, it'll just ignore you. When a dog hates you, it won't shut up.
I do think kittens are absolutely adorable. Like they're really really cute. But yeah, just in terms of personality, I definitely prefer dogs to cats.
Yeah, fair enough.
It may be that my first pet was a dog, so that left an imprint.
Right.
All the quadrupeds are my homies, says Camel. So, quite a menagerie of animals fall under that category. So,
Quadrupeds, menagerie. Man, you guys are on the big words list tonight, aren't you?
and yeah, I am bad when it comes to pets. Every pet I've had, something bad happened to it. Like the dog that I mentioned ran away because there was like a thunderstorm and the wind blew the gate open, so she just ran off.
Right.
Then one of my cats drowned in the swimming pool. I don't know how it got into the swimming pool. I think something must have spooked it and it just ran and it ended up in the pool. But this happened in the middle of the night, so none of us knew about it till morning and it was already dead.
Okay.
It wasn't my pet, but my brother had a pet rabbit over in England, and that got mauled by I think it was like a dog or a stray cat or something. So it's definitely something in the family. The pets don't go well for us. So
Fair
I will
enough.
say that the dog that my brother has at the moment and the dog that my mum has at the moment, they're doing pretty well. They're fine. Oh wow, Kiva didn't remember the name of my dead cat. That is impressive.
Ah.
And yeah, it is a tragic story. It is my mum. She could not forgive herself because she heard the cat crying in the middle of the night and like didn't get up to investigate. She's like, "I'm tired. I just want to sleep. Cat'll be fine." And then she woke up in the morning and was floating in the pool, and she was like devastated.
Yeah. Miss you too, Poppy.
Can't wait till Monkey sees it. I want to demand a bearing ranting Monkey stream. Well, those two have streamed together before.
Right?
Um,
I haven't.
yeah, I mean, I like Bearing. I like Monkey.
I haven't been watching any of his videos for quite a bit lately.
I'm assuming you mean Bearing because Monkey hasn't been making any.
Well, I mean, obviously, Monkey doesn't make videos. We all know that. The only one who doesn't know that is, well, hell, even Monkey knows that.
Yeah, unless he forgot. He has got monkey memory. Occasionally he forgets that he doesn't make videos anymore.
I have about 8 scars from saving my cat from a dog. Well, clearly you need a smarter cat. Or
Yeah.
or you need to smarten up and let nature take its course. I mean, come on, it's called Darwinism for a reason.
And I just glanced over at the screen. Why are you fighting a dinosaur? I mean, is it...
Oh, I'm not. I knocked his ass so hard he went flying into this dinosaur.
Oh, okay.
He went flying through that mountain and into that sleeping dino.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Some scenes or some areas have some certain parts that'll allow you to do certain actions like that if you hit them at the right place.
Okay. The Dragon Ball Fighters had something similar, but not nearly as cool, where you could just kind of punch them so hard that they flew into a mountain. There was no dinosaurs involved, but like if you killed the opponent with a heavy attack, that happened, and so yeah, I think you just got more points for it at the end of the match or something.
Yeah. Sometimes it'll do an action sequence that'll cause some extra damage, or sometimes it'll do a sequence that'll not only cause some extra damage, but take you both to another part of the same level.
Yeah. Well, that's basically what happened. If you punched them so hard that they flew into the mountain, the next round was in a different location. Like you fly after them to the new
Exactly.
location, you just smack them into.
Same here. Yeah, for sure. If you're up for it, I'll definitely. Anytime you want, Poppy. You know that.
KO.
Send them to Hiffle. The home for infinite losers.
There's definitely some characters in Dragon Ball that look really cool.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, I tried watching it. I've told this before. Nothing happened the entire episode.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's like, why would anyone watch more than one episode of this?
Makes it really annoying too, because they got these this little mini series going on called Dragon Ball Heroes or something like that, and
Okay.
they're like less than 10-minute long episodes. So
Oh,
imagine
wow.
a Dragon Ball Z show, but like a third of the time. Do you imagine
even
how
less
little's getting? Imagine how little is happening.
Yeah.
It's like you throw one punch, and then the enemy counters, and then dialogue, and then end scene.
Oh man.
It's like,
Yeah,
are
I
you
think,
fucking kidding me?
I think there's definitely a lot of fat that can be trimmed from Dragon Ball, at least based on the one episode I saw.
And that's not even the worst bit. With this one, they take like a month between episodes, not a week, a fucking month.
Oh Jesus!
So I'm like, yeah, you know what? I will wait till this series is done, and then I will give it a chance.
I think that's the only sensible option you've got.
Because it's bad enough trying to keep track of an episode a week apart, but a month apart, that's just ridiculous.
Yeah. The recap would probably take 2 seconds though. It'd be like last month on Dragon Ball.
Exactly.
They play the one punch. It's like you are now caught up on Dragon Ball.
Exactly. I'm just gonna fly around, find the main mission point.
I'm waiting for One Piece Abridged. Yeah, I don't know much in the way of anime, so I don't know what One Piece is, but I've heard the name.
It's a pirate one.
Oh, cool. Pirates are good.
Yeah, yeah. It's pretty cool. I mean, from what I seen like an episode or two, but it's a very long series. Like I don't even know if it's ended yet. Which can't say much considering Dragon Ball is pretty much the same way.
The main anime that springs to mind when I think of anime is the short big tits girl. Something Wants to Hang Out. Vince and Gabby like, post pictures of the little girl with the green hair all the time.
I
She's
have
not
no
a
idea.
little girl. She's short. She's just like a short character with like giant boobs and yeah. That's the one anime character is like Vince and Gabby post pictures of her all the time. I was like, okay.
I'm sure someone in chat will probably know based on that description. I'm waiting for it right now. I have no idea. Like I know of a tiny, short female character with green hair in an anime, but she looks like a little kid, so not big tittied.
Okay, Uzaki-chan Wants to Hang Out. I just did a search for it.
Ah, yeah, I don't know.
I did watch one episode of it back when I watched Vince and Gabby's stream, and they were making fun of Pokemon Go. That's it. The guy in the show kept catching the same Pokemon, but not really. It was like angry gorilla or something. He just kept catching that one and nothing else. And like that's my one memory of the show.
Huh. Interesting.
Izaki is blonde. I will remind everyone I'm colorblind, so it's possible I misremembered.
Yeah. Cut us some slack, guys. Details are not that important.
No. Yeah, that's what it is. Izaki-chan wants to hang out.
All right.
Yes, I found something on Facebook that I thought had been deleted, so I was quite happy to find that.
Oh.
I about 10 years ago, I wrote a bunch of walkthroughs for a series of game books, and Facebook got rid of the whole notes feature, which is what I used to write them. So I thought, oh fuck, they're gone. They're just, you know, lost to time. But I found a very inconvenient but still works way of retrieving them. So I'm slowly but surely copying them all over to Google Docs. So you know, I still got them to read.
There you go. I finally got to witness the. Do you remember like a year ago when I mentioned? You probably don't, and that'd be fair. But like when I mentioned they were making a TV series for the Chucky doll.
Vaguely.
Yeah, they finally did it, and the first 2 episodes are out. Third one's expected Tuesday.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, it's I mean, if you're expecting like, if you're gonna watch it, you should go in with the more recent Chucky movies in mind as your expectations, like maybe like Ash versus the Evil Dead kind of expectations for it. It's good. It's interesting. It yeah, Child's Play as a series. It's called Chucky. They got the original voice for it. Brad Dourif playing Chucky, of course, and so far it's in this little town called Hackensack. This Chucky doll ends up at this yard sale and gets bought by this weird ass gay teenage kid with an abusive father, and Chucky decides to take him on as his protege and teach him all and mold him into a serial killer kind of thing is what's going on here. And there's one of the teenage girls who, yes, it's set in New Jersey. And there's one of the teenage girls who goes to the school this kid does, and she plays an absolute cunt so well that I am just chomping at the bits for Chucky to stab her repeatedly. Or even better, get the kid to stab her repeatedly. And in the second episode, there was a moment where he was talking to that girl's little sister and trying to convince her that being a murderer is nothing, there's nothing wrong with it. So I'm like, oh, if he gets her little sister to slice and dice her, that cunt would have the best death ever.
I haven't watched Child's Play since I was a child.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't have a very vivid memory. I remember the Chucky doll.
Yeah.
But I don't remember like individual moments from the movies or anything.
Yeah. Well, as the franchise went on, the movies started becoming a more comical thing as opposed to a horror.
Yeah.
And little known, something I just recently found out in the latest movie, which I've only seen YouTube clips of, and yeah, they're pretty funny. One of the characters, Nika, is played by Brad Dourif, who voices Chucky's daughter.
Oh, nice.
And from what I've seen in when I looked up when the Chucky series was going to air, uh, they're expecting to have the kid who play. They're expecting to have Andy Barclay make an entrance or something like that. Which you hear him on the phone in the first episode trying to warn the kid about the doll. I'm wondering if that's the only time he's going to be in it or not. But looks like Duraf's daughter's character is going to make an appearance, as well as some other characters from past stuff too, like Tiffany and all them.
Cool. Now, I was actually really impressed the first time I saw the original Nightmare on Elm Street, like the very first movie. Because I only knew Freddy from the later movies where he's like a comedian.
Right.
And so I was just expecting more of the same. And then it's like, holy shit, he is actually a legitimately intimidating and threatening villain in the first one.
Yeah.
Like, he's not funny, he's like scary. That is like legitimately a horror movie as opposed to a horror comedy like the series turned into.
Yeah. And real quick, getting a little buffer there. Gonna have to wait for it to catch up here on my end. And all right, it's good for now. Johnny's asking, when is it set or is it its own story? I think it's a little bit of both. Like, it seems to be in current day time, and it does do some flashbacks and callbacks to reveal some of Chucky's childhood and stuff like that. Like, in the first episode, it shows Chucky as a child seems to have been molested by his father, and his parents seem to be like into murder or stuff like that too, if I remember correctly. There's even a clip of Chucky going through his Halloween candy after trick-or-treating and finding an apple with a razor blade sticking out of it, obviously, and then he just sitting there debating whether or not to take a bite out of it anyways, and he does. I also suspect that Freddy Krueger is evil. Well, I mean, I don't want to give anything away, but you may be onto something there.
I remember I heard that the reason they gave him a red and green shirt is those are the two hardest colors in combination for the human eye to process. And like they wanted it to be hard to look at him, and that's why they went with red and green.
Yeah, I don't know if that's exactly accurate, but maybe it was back then.
I don't either.
Maybe it was back then.
That I heard.
Or it could have just been faulty information.
Yeah. I mean, that was the intent. That was the intention, whether it's based on sound logic or not. But I remember, I think it was like the special features of like one of the DVDs was like they mentioned that.
Okay, yeah. It's been a while since I got to see those.
Yeah, same here. I neither of my computers at the moment has a DVD drive. So I don't watch DVDs anymore. It's like I've got video games, I don't need them.
Exactly.
If there's a movie I really want to watch, I'm sure it's available on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was surprised that one time I wanted to watch a movie called 1408, and it was like, oh, here it is on YouTube for free. Like someone just uploaded it in its entirety to YouTube. It's like, cool.
That's happened to me a few times, like the Scarlet Pimpernel, or last week when we were talking about Casper Meets Wendy.
Oh yeah.
There's been a few movies I've come across on YouTube and have had the fortune to see the entirety of again.
Because I was thinking, you know what? I'm curious enough about this movie. I'll pay the $4 to watch it on YouTube. I don't care. Mm-hmm. And then it was free. I was like, nice. I'll take it.
Exactly.
It was an interesting movie. I definitely enjoyed it. Like, what's his face? John Cusack is in it. He's like the main character.
Okay.
And the movie goes out of its way to tell you that the hotel room is not haunted. the hotel room is evil. And that's like a very important distinction to Stephen King, apparently. Because if it was haunted, that would mean something evil was inside the room. That's not the case. The room itself is the evil thing. Don't you get that wrong?
Exactly. Hey, Adam, how's it going, bud?
Yeah. Basically, the only reason I was interested in that is because I read on TV Tropes one of the plot twists in it. I was like, holy shit, I need to see this. That sounds so like deviously evil of the guy who made the movie. I've got to watch it now. One of the weakest Stephen King. Well, that may be. I don't watch a lot of them, so there may be better ones out there. But I liked it. I liked just the sheer insanity of what was going on in that hotel room. So, sort of like the evil car in Futurama. I haven't watched Futurama in ages.
The where car? Is that what you're talking about, Devil Fruit?
Maybe. Futurama is a series that I always wanted to watch, and then most of the time I just never got around to it. Like I know the dog that dies of old age. Like that was one of the episodes I have seen, and I was so disappointed when I heard that they retconned that. I was like, oh, you just destroyed the entire point of the episode.
Right. Like, retconning things is so lame.
Yeah. Especially retcons that undermine the emotional impact of the ending of the episode. Like, if the dog doesn't actually die, then the episode doesn't have any emotional impact at all. So they just destroy the episode for no reason.
Yes, has parts from all of the evil cars in history. Yeah. It was a car manufactured from the most evil parts of the most evil vehicles in all of history, and then it just started. Every time it infected a robot, they would turn into a werecar and infect it. The only way for them to get clean is like to pass the infection onto another robot or some shit.
Okay. I don't know why, but that just reminded me of an episode of The Smurfs, of all things.
That's hilarious.
The idea was there was this witch, and she had like a red spot on her face, and then she tricked one of the Smurfs into kicking her up the ass, and then that is how you transfer the red spot onto someone else, and so now the Smurf had it, and then like they all start fighting over like tricking each other into taking the spot so that they don't have it.
Wow.
And then in the end, it ends up back on the witch.
Oh, surprised it didn't end up on Gargamel.
I don't think he was that involved. I don't remember his involvement in the whole red dot fiasco.
Fair enough.
But no, that is like the only episode of The Smurfs that I remember. I don't know why. There's something about it imprinted on my brain when I was a kid. It's like, this is the one episode of The Smurfs that I'm going to remember forever.
Fair enough.
I do think it's interesting that Smurfette was originally an evil plan of Gargamel's to sow division in the all-male Smurf community.
Right.
And then, like, she just became a regular Smurf somewhere along the way.
Like, I love how well it went, too, because it's like, guys, yeah, a society of all men with not a woman in sight, and then you just You don't question how a woman exists?
Yeah. So yeah, I remember that one piece of information and that one episode, but yeah, the Smurfs as a whole is not that memorable.
Smurf the other
Apparently,
cheek.
Devil Fruit Zero knows the episode I'm talking about. Smurf the other cheek.
Well played.
So I will assume that's the name of the episode because I certainly don't remember it. Gargamel is a Jew.
Ew.
Maybe. I don't think his religious beliefs ever came up in the show.
Well, I mean, look, I don't know what happened off hours or off air. That's all I'm gonna say, Camel. Google to the rescue, says Devil Fruit.
So apparently my description was enough for Google to find the episode. Just
Smurfette's
the other
origin.
cheek. Yeah, here it is. She's a female creature of unidentified species is talking to a spot on her nose. Yeah, no, this is the episode.
There you go. Ah, the Red Dot episode. All right. Way to Google, man.
Red dot episode. Apparently, that's all it takes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Though I have been impressed with Google's ability to find stuff based on very vague descriptions. Because there was a game that I played as a little kid, and as an adult, I was like, all I remember is that you took photos of robots. That is the one thing I remember about this game. And Google could find the game based on game where you take photos of robots.
Yeah, I got the Dragon Radar. Also, that's cool.
Dragon Radar.
Well, it in the just like in the series in this game, there's Dragon Balls spread out across the map, across each different levels, and as you play as your character, if you roam the map and find them all, you'll be granted a wish which you can use to make progression easier or improve your character or something like that.
Okay. The Dragon Balls were a feature in Dragon Ball Fighters, but I thought they were implemented rather badly. So if you got all seven, you got a wish. But like the wishes were things like bring your partner back to life because like it's 2-on-2 fighting game.
Uh huh.
You could bring your maybe it's 3-on-3. I can't remember.
I think it's 3-on-3.
Yeah, you could bring your partner back to life, or I think you had like temporary invincibility or something, or but they were all like powerful effects. But the only way to get a Dragon Ball was to do an auto combo, and like they're the worst combos in the game.
Yeah.
And so, like, yeah, it was just not fun. Like spamming auto combos trying to get the full set of 7.
There we go. So now I can see if any pop up on the map. And all I have to do is pick a direction, and as long as I'm angled, I will keep going round and round across the map. So like, see, like this, I can just keep going forever, and I will... Wait, I think I saw a flash, which could be like an item or a special event.
Okay.
Like how I found, like sometimes things will show up on the map that aren't on the radars or mini maps, which is, it'll be like a nice little blink, which is how I found this actually. So gotta keep an eye out for those too sometimes. But yeah. Also, I don't know how I instantly knew how to show the map on screen when I've been trying to figure out for the last fucking hour.
Oh.
It's like, you know what? I'm tired of grinding. Where's the thing? Guess I gotta find it the hard way. Nope, it's that red dot right there.
It's you're doing something that is beyond the capabilities of games journalists. You tried stuff until you figured out what worked.
Oh,
Because I remember there was an article about games assume you know too much about how to play games, and their example was this game doesn't tell you that you have to use the controller to move your character.
oh God, that's terrible. And real
That
quick,
was legit their complaint. There was like, all it says is press X to dash. It doesn't tell you that you have to use the left controller to move in a specific. Yeah, because it's obvious. It's like
yeah.
if
Oh
you
my God,
even
that's the fact that that's a legit complaint is what.
like even if you've never played a single video game before in your life, you just push buttons and see what happens. Oh, when I move this stick on the left, the character moves. That must be how you move your character.
Wow. Also, kind of ballistic. I am neither Deadpool nor Yoshi. Also, nice callback to the abridged version. Well played. I like that.
Ness was the worst there for figuring shit out. Are you kidding, Devil Fruit? There were two
Wow.
buttons. There was A and B. You push them both, see what happens. It's
Yo.
like the easiest time to figure shit out in a game because you had the controller select start A and B. That's it.
Got me a Dragon Ball. One out of 7. Let's go.
Yeah, I seem to be upsetting Adam by not liking Dragon Ball.
I mean, each their own, right?
That's what I would have assumed, but games that weren't Super Mario. Any NES game is pretty simple. You can figure out Kung Fu, very very simple. You one button kick, one button punches. The controller moves around. It's like, eh. I was like 5 and I figured that shit out.
Yeah. Also, I mean, Super Seducer is definitely the superior game. There's no arguments there.
Absolutely. Mike Tyson's Punch Out, right? One button is to punch with your left hand, the other is to punch with your right hand.
Yeah.
These are not difficult control systems.
Nor do they need to be.
No. I do think the Super Nintendo is like as far back as I really want to go when it comes to retro stuff. The NES, the graphics are just too blocky and bad. Like the games are too limited in what they can do because the NES just couldn't handle all that much.
Right.
But the Super Nintendo is like where it finally had enough that you could make a really good game out of it.
Oof.
But speaking of Super Seducer, if any of you would like to make Super Seducer 4, Richard is willing to help behind the scenes. He just will not star in the game or publish the game. So if you want to give that a shot, you get in touch with Richard Laruina. He'll sort you out.
Yeah, because I'm not going to do it. But someone
No,
should
me
definitely take that up for sure. Just not me.
Yeah. I do think not having Richard will heavily detract from Super Seducer. Like, to the point that there's not really a lot of point having Super Seducer without him. But I'd probably still buy it just out of curiosity.
Indeed. And yes, Adam, this is indeed Budokai 3. Oh no, he got me back with my own attack.
Yeah,
No.
yeah, Devil Fruit is saying Super NES was the best. Yes, it was. Um, one of my favorite consoles. I still play games on the SNES.
Yeah. I mean, why not? Got some good
Like,
games.
one of the things that made me really like Null DC is that, oh wow, not only is this a SNES emulator, it gives you all the ROMs for it. Like, it just lets you download whatever ones you want. It's like, okay, I like this. I like this a lot.
Exactly. Yeah.
What system is this game on?
This one was this one is the PS2 one. Now,
Right.
for some reason I seem to remember there being a GameCube version, but for the life of me I couldn't find a ROM for that, so
Fair enough.
maybe I'm remembering wrong. I don't know.
And Johnny says he'll be finishing Final Fantasy VI as soon as he grinds some characters' defenses. Yeah, I mean, I've made my thoughts on Final Fantasy VI known. I like the first half, and then I refuse to play the second half because, fuck you, you don't take my characters away and expect me to continue playing the game.
That is fair.
Yeah. And I mean, I even had the same standard for the Pokemon fan game, Omnicron and Zeta. It's like, I got to the halfway point, and they said, you can take one Pokemon out of all the ones you've caught into the second area. And I said, I will take none of them. Fuck you, game. And stop playing. And I mean, it's a shame because it is a good Pokemon game. It's just that I'm not giving up, 200 odd Pokemon for an arbitrary reason.
Right.
Oh, Evo Search for Eden. That was fun. Good call, Devil Fruit. Have you played that?
I don't think so. Which one's that one?
So at the beginning of the game, you're a fish, and as you attack things, you get experience. You can level up parts of the fish's body, like give it stronger jaws to do more damage when it attacks, tougher scales so that you've got more health. And then after that, you turn into an amphibian, and it's the same idea. You level up your body parts as you progress, and then you turn into a lizard. I think you can turn into a bird, but that's optional. And eventually, you turn into a human, and that's the end. And the last few levels, you're a human form.
Okay. I think I've seen something like that, if not that for sure, yeah. Because I know I've looked up those kinds of games.
Yeah, it's a really cool concept, and it's not the best game in the world, but it's still fun.
Mm-hmm. Why not both, Johnny? That sounds very unfair.
You can either become a bird or a human. Okay. Oh yeah, that's right. Because to become a human, there's a very specific combination that you need. You need like a cat head and a rabbit body, or some weird thing like that, and that is the secret combination that turns you into a human.
Okay.
No, it doesn't make any sense in context either. It's just like you get told if you want to turn into a human, use these two body parts. It's like, all right.
Okay.
And yeah, I always became a human, but apparently you could become a bird instead. I don't remember the game well enough. I remember bird being optional. I didn't realize it was an alternative to human.
Mm.
I thought you were a mammal, like not a non-human mammal, like a bear or whatever, and that's what you were changing to become a human. So I don't know. My memory is fuzzy on it.
Fair enough.
And the one of my favorite games on Super Nintendo was Donkey Kong Country 2, and only the second one. It's weird. The first and third ones were nowhere near as good as the second one, and I don't know why. I don't know what they did to ruin like the best platform game ever made, but the third one was bad.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, it's, I don't know what it is, but some games it's like it's not even it doesn't even matter which order. It's just some are hit and miss. Like
Hmm.
it could be the first one's good, the other ones are bad. It could be the second one's good, the first third suck, or even like yeah, some games it's, I don't know what it is, but there's a few games that are like that.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that the Zelda series didn't get good until A Link to the Past. The
Mm,
first two weren't good. I mean, they were popular because that's all the NES could handle, but the series didn't get good until A Link to the Past, in my books.
right.
Um, I'm probably one of the few people. I actually didn't think the first Mario Kart was all that good. I think Mario Kart 64 was where it kind of started to find itself.
Hmm. I see.
And, in the good old US, no one says they love you. You just bottle everything up and trudge on. You don't need to say you love someone. It should be obvious.
I mean, if they can't tell by your actions, are you really do you really love them?
Yeah, that's it. Like, I don't think I ever told my dad I loved him, and he didn't say that to me until he was on his deathbed. Um, like, we just knew that we loved each other because, you know, it was obvious. And Mario Kart 64 was best.
It's
Saying I love you costs extra. See,
true.
this is why
I've
capital
heard
C says
that.
it is great.
I've heard that that's true.
I mean, most of my knowledge about prostitutes comes from the one time I watched a little bit of Pretty Woman because it was like on TV and my mum was watching it. I was like, oh, apparently they don't kiss. That's it. That's my knowledge of prostitutes.
Yeah. Uh, Mario Kart 64 is my
Diddy
jam. Diddy
Kong,
Kong Racing kicked my ass. That is fair.
Diddy
I
Kong Racing, I would say better than Mario Kart 64, but a lot harder.
yeah, I'd agree to that. Both of them kicked my ass, but that's because you
Oh
know.
yeah, they're brutally hard games.
Oh yeah, for sure. But still fun
Oh yeah, a lot of fun.
with the right players.
Um, I mean, I played single player, so I think that might be why I skewed more towards Diddy Kong Racing because that actually had like a story mode as opposed to just racing against the computer for the sake of it. Um, but yeah, I mean, Rare was just. I think Rare basically took Nintendo games and made them better. So they took Mario 64 and made Banjo Kazooie. They took Mario Kart, turned it into Diddy Kong Racing. Um, I think that was kind of just what they did. They said, okay, thanks for the idea. Now let's do it right.
Maybe, maybe. Hmm.
So, well, that's very impressive if you actually got all the challenges in Diddy Kong Racing. That's commitment right there.
Very nice. Very nice.
And one of the games I played on GameCube that always just stuck with me was Eternal Darkness. That was a great game. I don't know if you ever played that one, but it was kind of like a horror game, but they tried to get meta with it, and like if your sanity was too low, they had in like hallucinations of like your save data getting deleted or the volume on the TV turning off and random stuff like that.
I think I looked into it, but I don't think I've actually played that one yet.
I enjoyed it. It's a game that I actually finished it 4 times because that's how you get the true ending. Because there's like 3 different like colors basically of zombies, and like you pick which one is like the big bad, and if you beat all 3 of them, you unlock the purple one, who is like the true big bad, and then you have to beat him to get the true ending.
Huh. I see.
Oh, Devil Fruit likes Eternal Darkness.
Kefki!
And last good game Silicon Knights created. Awesome game. I will assume she's talking about Eternal Darkness. And yeah, it is really good. My favorite level is the one where the guy can see all the, like, I don't know if they're zombies or whatever, but they're basically inhabiting the bodies of his assistants and like his like staff, and so he's running around killing all these monsters. But to everyone else, it looks like he's just gone nuts and started shooting his own staff because they can't see the monsters, only he can. And so he ends up in an asylum because like they just think he's gone nuts.
Oh yeah.
Like, the phrase that like I remember is "May the rats eat your eyes." Like, he's in the asylum, and that's what he shouts at the guard. But yeah, definitely a good game if you get a chance.
Oh yeah.
And what else is good? I'm trying to think of other games that I'm one of the few people. I think Banjo-Kazooie was better than Banjo-Tooie.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I liked Banjo-Tooie, but it didn't have the same magic that Kazooie had.
Yeah, for sure.
And when they tried to bring it back with a different coat of paint and call it ukulele, they didn't do a good job.
No.
The second ukulele was a lot better than the first, because the second one they said, okay, we screwed up the first one. Let's not bother with 3D. Let's just make a 2D platform game, and it's basically, them at their best. It's kind of like playing Donkey Kong Country again.
Mm.
See you, Adam.
Have a good one, bud. This is one of those matches where all I could think of is stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself. Except I need to keep hitting myself so I can win, which is what I'm doing. And boom.
Are you the one with the white thing, or not, without the white thing?
Without. Damn it, I should have gone
Okay.
X.
Let's
There we go. Barely took any damage.
always good.
Oh yeah.
KO.
Okay, you can stop going slower and slower. Yay. Alright, and... there we go. Alright, well, I've had enough of the very, very slow gameplay.
Fair enough. I can't say I blame you.
I mean, I think I endured quite a fair bit, though, so that's something.
Yeah.
Not necessarily something to be proud of, but it's something.
No, I think everyone has a certain tolerance for this sort of thing, and yeah, eventually the slowness just gets frustrating.
Right. Alrighty then, we'll save, we'll exit, and then probably wrap up unless you had some stuff to talk about still, or...
No, I think I'm kind of running dry.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Well, that being said, I guess, you got any parting thoughts, or shall I just skip to the outro spiel?
I will say, make sure you're following Richard LaRuina on Twitter so that you can take him up on his offer and make Super Seducer 4.
That is exactly what I like to hear. And I will say, guys, thank you for coming out. I hope you enjoyed the stream. I know I did for, I'm going to say a good 91.7% of it. I don't know about you guys, but that's a pretty good number to me. Terry, thank you for coming to hang out with me, as always. Chat.
No worries.
Be sure to check out tomorrow night when Quiz hosts, as per usual, with the paint stream. He's most likely going to start early or late. Well, I mean, he could start on time, but that would just be very weird. But if you want to know when he's starting, do yourselves a favor. Keep an eye on our Discord. Link should be in the description. If not, let us know. We'll get you the hookup you need. But yeah, he'll definitely be posting when he's going live to let us all know how early or late, or even if he's gonna be on time. Yeah, right. Okay, but yeah. Other than that, I shall see you guys here next week. And yeah, thanks again. Have a good night, y'all. The zoo is closed.
Bye, guys.